Networking, also known as referral marketing, has been the most effective way I've gained real estate photography clients. I touched briefly on networking earlier in the course, but want to dive deeper into networking strategies that have worked for me. The first question is, where do I start? I was really surprised how many small businesses are part of networking groups in my area. I would suggest searching for groups on Facebook first. You'll probably find more small business groups in your area where you can post questions about groups that meet in person. I would suggest finding groups that meet in person rather than online groups. The in-person groups are going to be more structured and will allow you to get to know other business professionals on a more personal level. One networking group that most likely has a chapter near you is BNI. BNI is the largest networking organization in the world, and it's probably the most expensive to join. I was really skeptical before I joined, but I took the plunge and it was worth it. Here's how it works. Your BNI chapter meets once a week at a specific time and place. In your chapter, you're only allowed to have one profession per seat. For example, if there's an accountant in your chapter, no other accountant can join that chapter. If you join as a real estate photographer, no other real estate photographer can join that chapter. You're basically locking out your competition. Each week you go to the meeting and you have time to chat with everyone in the group, plus any visitors that are there. Next, everyone takes their seats and the meeting begins. There's a president of the chapter who runs the meeting. Each person has time to talk about their business for about 1 minute and ask for specific referrals. We'll talk more about why being specific is important. Next, one person in the group will give a 10-minute presentation about their business. And lastly, you go around the room one more time to talk about referrals that you've passed and one-to-one meetings that you've had outside the meeting. One-to-ones are a chance for you to get to know other people in the group on a more personal level. The purpose is to gain trust from one another and to learn how you can help grow each other's businesses. Your chapter can essentially become your sales team, and that's really the idea. Instead of cold calling potential clients, you now have a network of people who can introduce you to those potential clients. BNI is very structured. This turns some people off, but I've found that it's really not that bad. As long as you go to the meetings, try to give referrals to others in the group, and meet one-on-one with members outside the scheduled meeting time, you'll be successful in BNI. There are also a lot of networking trainings like seminars and podcasts that will help you be more strategic in your networking efforts. Even if you don't join right away, you can visit a few times for free and check it out and see how you like it. If you do attend a networking group and are asking for referrals, never say, "A good referral for me is anyone who needs photos," or "any real estate agent." Instead, try to be more specific, like, "A good referral for me is Tom Jones at Coldwell Banker," or "I'd love an introduction to Susan Smith at Keller Williams." Being more specific allows others in the room to help you more effectively. If someone knows Tom or Susan, they're much more likely to introduce you. If you say "any realtor," that tends to go in one ear and out the other. If you don't have a specific agent in mind, you can still try to be as specific as you can. You can say something like, "A good referral for me would be real estate agents who deal with new constructions," or "agents who flip houses." That at least gives people something to work with. You could also join your Chamber of Commerce. I joined one once and didn't get anything out of it, but I didn't really put anything into it either. The Chamber tends to do a lot of after-hours social events, and that doesn't work very well for my schedule. But I know some people who swear by it. If you can put in the time and go to the events, I think it can really pay off. One thing to remember about networking, it takes time. Don't expect to show up to a networking group and get a bunch of referrals right away. Remember that people need to know you, like you, and trust you before they'll put their own reputation on the line. Think about if you were going to refer a business to one of your friends. You would only want to refer someone you knew would do a good job, right? That's how everyone else feels too. If they're gonna put their name next to yours, they wanna make sure that you're legit. I'm a part of two networking organizations. One meets Tuesday mornings and one meets Friday mornings. I treat these meetings like sales meetings. I try to think, what can I say this week that will help others understand my worth as a photographer? How can I show that I'm reliable and trustworthy? You need to keep in mind that once you're a business owner, you are now a salesperson. But being a salesperson doesn't mean being annoying. The biggest mistake I see people make in networking is trying to oversell themselves. This is a huge turnoff to everyone in the room. If you try to hard sell everyone in the group, you've lost them completely. Here's one of the most important keys to networking. You may not get any direct business from anyone in your group. You're teaching them who your ideal customer is so they can refer you to those people. They truly become your sales force. Last tip on networking. When you start working with real estate agents, don't be afraid to ask them if they know anyone else who could use professional photos for their listings. In my experience, agents are used to working with each other on deals and, for the most part, are willing to share ideas with each other. So if they can help you out, they usually will. And again, if you can be specific, that helps. I realize this is a lot to digest, but networking is such a huge part of the growth of my business. I want to make sure that you have a good grasp on some of these strategies. Please let me know if you have any networking questions. And remember, keep shooting. Swish.